Alright, so I thought I'd do a little video about tanning hides. I'm not a pro at it, and this is actually my first one to be doing. It's a rabbit hide. I'm going to probably put some other videos up of how I actually went through the process of salting and curing the hide. I'm already on the step of oiling it with tanning oil so it'll soften the hide up. And so really you don't need a lot of expensive things in order to do this. Probably the most expensive was this little kit here, and I got it at Sportsman's Warehouse, as you can see on this little card here. It's the basic home tanning kit, and you can use it on deer, elk. It has a bunch of them listed right here. You can use it on coyotes, foxes, all those. I'm using it on a rabbit because that's what I have. Killed a bunch of rabbits with my friend in Price when we went hunting. This one's from a jackrabbit, and just sort of wanted to show you what I got here. Got some tanning oil that comes with it. It's really nice because they give you directions and everything of how to do it. And there's also tanning crystals, which tells you what they're made out of and everything. The oil doesn't tell you what it's made out of because it's a specially designed non-toxic oil for tanning. So they got some secret ingredients in there apparently. But anyhow, so the crystals is pretty easy. I'll do a video on that as well, but basically it's just it's 1 part salt to 3 parts water, 3 parts flour, and you mix that in, and then you go and put the paste all over the hide, and you have the hide pinned when you do that. You also want to make sure you flesh it as much as you can. Otherwise, then once you get to the part of it all being dried out, you're gonna have to scrape it with a knife or something, really sharp knife. But that's what I ended up doing. I scraped it after I used the tanning crystals on it. So anyhow, after I had done all that, I washed it again in water, and I pinned it down so it wouldn't return to its normal form. And so, kind of see what I got here now. It's a beautiful hide. I mean, the fur on this. Ultimately, what I want to do with it is make some kind of hat or something. My mother gave me this, or she actually gave me and my wife one of these. It's a little bombersman hat, and it's got rabbit fur in it, and ultimately I'd like to do something like that. It's a really cool hat. Keeps you really warm, and so I was thinking of making one of those ultimately with these furs I got. I got 3 jack rabbit furs and 6 cottontails. The cottontails are probably going to be a little bit harder to tan since the hide's so thin. I mean, this one I lost quite a bit of the hide just because scraping it and whatnot ripped through, and so I cut out the best piece. And so, I mean, that's easily going to make up an ear of the bomber helmet, or it could be a number of things. But yeah, so that's that. So onto the directions. It says here to heat this up, and I was going to heat it up just a little and then pass some of it on, put some of it on this hide here, just get it to soften up a little because it's starting to harden out now that it's dried from me washing it and leaving it out. Anyhow, I'll throw that in the microwave. After that's heated up, like such, we've got some warm oil here to go and put along the rabbit hide. What I was thinking of doing is sort of dipping it and putting it along there. So let's do as such. I mean, it should be fairly easy. You're supposed to rub it in. And this will help to soften the hide. Okay, just want to make sure that we really rub this in is what it mentions to do. So you really want to get this in there because that's what's going to soften the hide. Right now it's almost like paper. So I think we're good in there. Now, I really want to work this in because this is what's going to make your hide nice and soft. You can see how these lines are building up all over it, and as I'm putting more oil on it, it's absorbing all throughout this hide. And ultimately what you'd like to do is get it so the whole hide is covered in these, and you have a really soft, moist hide. And it's improving now. Like I said, this is a jackrabbit hide. Obviously, if you were doing a deer, you'd have to do a completely different process because the hide would be much thicker, and you'd probably end up actually running it across something, you know, across some ridge where you could pull it back and forth, so you could get all these little creases in it. But yeah, this is looking good. Slowly just breaking it up. I mean, check that out. Pretty impressive, I'd say. We're going to still have a little bit of hair coming off. I mean, I had a little bit left on when I washed it last, and so... Beautiful hide, though. If you ever go and shoot jackrabbits, I would definitely say give this a shot. You know, learn a new trade. You know, maybe make something out of it, a piece of clothing. I don't know, socks, gloves. I'm gonna make a hat. Might make something else. My wife was mainly interested in the hat because she had one of those bomber hats from my mother had given her, and so basically just inspired her to want one of those, and so I've taken the hides and I'm doing something with them, not wasting them. I'm actually gonna make an article of clothing out of them. And, you know, that's the main thing. I mean, if you're going to go out and hunt, don't just be wasteful and destroy everything. You know, try and use what you can, eat what you can. If you're going to hunt ducks, you know, eat them. And if you're going to hunt rabbits, you know, you can eat them. Jackrabbits actually taste like beef. Just make sure you cook them well, because they can have diseases, but if you cook them hot enough and long enough, you're going to kill off those bacterias or whatever that's in them, and you can eat them. Jackrabbits taste like beef practically. I cooked them up in the pressure cooker, actually my wife did, and, you know, it tastes like beef to me. And the cottontails actually tasted more like chicken. They're a whiter meat. And so you could easily make a stew out of rabbits, and they're tasty. So I mean, if you want to go out and have some fun and shoot jackrabbits, you can also eat them. You can make some clothing out of their hides. You know, this is going to be a beautiful hat. And so we're going to just keep working this until, you know, it's soft enough to the point that I'm satisfied that I can put this on a hat or something and it's going to work out. That's the main thing. I mean, I guess I could leave it somewhat hard, but then like you might hear crackling or something when the fur is moving on it, and it'll be a little bit annoying, but I mean, it should be the same. But it'll be much more workable as a piece of clothing when it's nice and soft. As you can see, it's really not making any noise at all now. Just the fur. I mean, if I rub it together, of course you hear that as well. So yeah. Anyhow, that's my first time doing this. It's not difficult. It takes a little bit of... I mean, I would research it first. Obviously, this video hopefully will help you guys, and you'll understand a little bit how to do it. I know I'm not a pro. If you have any advice, please leave it in the comments. I did a jackrabbit skin because I knew it was supposed to be difficult because it's thin, and it's good practice for when you move on to other hides like, I don't know, coyotes or bobcats or whatever, where you don't want to screw up. When you got a thinner hide, it makes you want to be more careful. And so you learn to be careful, and then when it comes time to actually need the skill, you'll do a good job. So anyhow, hope this helps someone, and I will definitely post more videos. I've got the other skins that I still need to pin down, and I need to cure them so the fur doesn't come out. You know, that's one important thing about the skin, is you want to cure it so that this fur doesn't come out after you've dried it out. So that's what the crystals are for. Anyhow, I'm going to do other videos on these so you can kind of see the process of this. This isn't done, obviously. It still is going to need a little bit more work, but you get the idea. It's fairly easy. Just takes a little bit of, you know, handwork here. And what else? The kit. The kit, I'm sure you can find it online as well. It's not just here. I'm in Utah, and Sportsman's Warehouse is out here. I don't know if it's all over the place, but I mean, you can find this at Cabela's. You can find it, well, you might be able to find it at Cabela's. Shields might have it. I would just look online. You might even be able to find it on Amazon, and in which case, buy it there. I mean, there's also other methods of doing this. I know you can do it with mayonnaise. People have done mayonnaise to soften up hide, raw hide. You can find lots of videos of that on YouTube. But yeah, there's many ways to do this. I chose the kit just because it's prepared, it's ready to go. Just about that. Oh, I'd also recommend using gloves when you deal with jackrabbits or cottontails, because they do carry disease. You can catch the disease when you're skinning it. I believe it's called white blindness or something that they can have. But yeah, just be careful. Anytime you're dealing with wild animals, be careful. Use some gloves. These are a thicker rubber. And yeah, keeps my hands clean. I don't get any diseases. And in the end, well, I've already washed this, but I'm just still being super cautious. I've washed this, and once it's done, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to make a nice hat. I'll definitely make a YouTube video of posting what that turns out like. But please, if you liked the video, like it, share it with your friends. You can show them how to oil a hide. Anyhow, see you guys later.